The second question comes, can a masjid be built next to it as a compromise? Answer is no, because masjid can be built anywhere. Masjid, according to the Supreme Court, is not an essential part of Islamic religion, and in Islamic countries, masjids are broken to build roads, apartment buildings, and so on. And if you go to Google and put in the search engines, masjids demolished to build roads, and you'll get a lot of countries like Turkey, Qatar, and all which are doing it, and Saudi Arabia, of course. So masjid can be built anywhere, because masjid is only a place to read namaz, and namaz can be read anywhere. There is nothing holy about the place where a masjid stands. So therefore, the Muslim community can easily have a masjid somewhere else, which the government of India will be happy to finance, and thereby the problem could be solved. So this is one solution, that masjid being shifted, but Ram Mandir will be built on the spot where it used to be there before, and faith says Ram was born. Second thing is, government of India under Mr. Narasimha Rao nationalized the entire land, and under the nationalization in Article 300A of the Constitution, Supreme Court cannot question the government of India on the ownership of the land. This law was passed actually originally when land reform was taking place and the zamindars were going to court and getting stay orders. So to prevent that, Jawaharlal Nehru's government brought in a constitutional amendment that courts cannot question whenever a public interest action is taken. The government of India under Mr. Narasimha Rao's tenure had decided it was in the public interest to take over the entire land. So even if today the Sunni Waqf Board wins the title suit in the Supreme Court, that land will not go to them. Only compensation will go to them. And therefore, I don't know what the Muslim parties are fighting for. They are not going to get the land. The government will give the land to Ram Janmabhoomi Nyas Samiti to build a temple. So I am saying building of a temple is inevitable, and shifting of a masjid is also inevitable. Within that framework, how much compensation and all that, the mediation committee can go. Otherwise, the mediation committee will not get anything. I have myself mediated on behalf of Prime Minister Chandrasekhar, Prime Minister Narasimha Rao. These are all on the record which I placed before the Supreme Court. And also in 2017, when Justice Kehar, Chief Justice, asked me to explore whether a mediation is possible. And at that time, all the Muslim leaders said, it's not possible. It's better you give us a judgment even if it is adverse to us, but we cannot negotiate. The Muslim community will suspect us of having surrendered to the Hindus. So this mediation is stuck on that. I would say the Muslim community should atone for that horrible incident of 1526 when Mr. Mir Baki, the commander-in-chief of Babur, came, killed hundreds and hundreds of Hindus and destroyed that temple. Their records are very clear on that, and there's no dispute on it. And therefore, the Muslim community should themselves volunteer that this is for Ram. This is not just any temple. This is where Ram was born. They should agree in the mediation committee to shift their masjid to some other place.
So as you stated that the earlier attempts of mediation were failure.
Yes.
And how do you see this attempt?
This attempt
road on the same.
It will. The only success route for them is to persuade the Muslim community to agree to take another place outside the Ram Janmabhoomi area and build a masjid.
And what do you have to say about the members of the mediation committee? Sri Ravi Shankar.
Sri Ravi Shankar is a fine man. Khalifullah, I have appeared before him. He is from Tamil Nadu, wonderful judge. The third person, I don't know. I don't know.
And do you think this is a setback for the government, sir? Because the government promised that they will construct, at least start the construction before the elections. Do you think it's a setback?
I don't think the government ever said that. They said we will build a Ram temple in the manifesto. We'll build a Ram temple by legal means. And they are still committed to that. Of course, I will agree that the government could have built the Ram temple before the election, but they have chosen not to do so, and I'm not happy about it.
Right. Happy about it? About what?
For that, the government chose not to build Ram temple begin the building of Ram temple before the elections.
So you mean to say that the government was trying to delay this?
Yes, government has delayed it, asking permission from the Supreme Court to give the land to free the land. There was no block at all. It is the government land. It has been nationalized during Narasimha Rao's time. They could have straight away given it to the Ram Janmabhoomi Nyaya Samiti to start construction of the temple. But they didn't do it. Instead, they went to the Supreme Court and asked, and Supreme Court is not listing the government petition at all. It's just a time-wasting step.
Can we say that Subramaniam Swamy, who is a